Sign of the Times, episode 495, with this very now disclosed rookie, Garrett. We're at this undisclosed museum where they want to save the Bond Library Hall. It is recognized on the Pierce County and Washington State Historic Registry, so. Yeah, it sure is. Well, I got this coffee here. We have coffee in the locker room because there's a new coffee club going in that locker room. It's a good cup of coffee.
Nice.
Steve Carino makes a good coffee.
Oh yeah, the king of old school.
Yeah, and apparently king of new coffee. You snap on this show. There's the JB Moonshine t-shirt. You know JB Moonshine.
Oh yeah, former Northwest Pro Heavyweight Champion,
Yep.
former tag team champion with his tag team partner Lance Dean.
Yeah. You know, JB Moonshine, he's starting to be influenced by the lumberjack. Have you noticed that on his social media? He's getting more lumberjackish. Eating pancakes, chopping down trees. Pretty soon he's going to be wanting to team with Mikey the Mustache.
Oh, kind of scary.
Yeah, he's morphing into a lumber shiner. Yeah. Pamphlet for the Sign of the Times. Every show needs a pamphlet. You know who had a show, had no pamphlet, now their show's defunct? Dave Turner.
Oof.
You know how many times Dave Turner's defeated me in his career? None. I'm undefeated against Dave Turner at 1-0. Demon and Bunny coffee. Have you tried it yet?
Oh yes, I have. Nobody loves caffeine like I do, but Demon Bunny here has like a great blend, good flavor, like a good amount of caffeine that gets you going. It's absolutely perfect.
I didn't steer you wrong at all on that. I got that book for QT out of the little free library. Beneath the Armor of an Athlete, it's called. Have you read that one?
Yeah, it's by Lisa Whitsett.
Yeah, you've read it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how is it?
It's great. It's exquisite.
Oh, good. I got that book for Petrov if I ever see him again. It's very unlikely. There's like a 1.73456% chance I'll see him again. It's unlikely at this point. Current book I'm reading, The President's Daughter. This is how Stompin' Steve modeled his life. There's like stalking and following people town to town and all kinds of stuff. He was like, that's a great life road to go down, and he did.
Interesting.
CAC program. The CAC's nearly upon us. Are you going to CAC?
I'm planning on it, yeah, the Cauliflower Alley Club.
Yeah. Stuart Kemp one time had a massive stroke. He blamed the buffet. It was not the buffet, it was his brain.
I heard one night, one year, Shawn Michaels was an award recipient for the CAC.
I believe that's right, yeah. We'll talk about other reward people here in a moment. I got more on that, so we'll keep that one bubbling at the surface.
Nice.
I got a picture of Kevin Sullivan. You know him.
Oh yeah, the almighty Taskmaster.
You once got him a coffee.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, then you blew by me to get to him to give him the coffee.
Oh yeah, I was in a rush to get him coffee.
You really were. There's Paul Freakshine and John Lennon. Still no word exactly on if Woman is the all-time favorite John Lennon song of Paul, but I think it is. There's Paul in the Freak Show. Have you seen much of the Freak Show?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. There's Paul and Wonderful Zach. I used to manage Wonderful Zach once upon a time. Yeah, I sure did.
Nice.
There's Paul and his niece, Casey Carlisle. Have you ever seen Casey Carlisle?
Oh yes, I have on more than one occasion.
Wow. You can get pictures like that at CaseyCarlisle.com. You can see her every day if you get several pictures and wallpaper your home with them.
Nice.
I'm not saying you should, but I'm not saying you shouldn't. Look at that. I got that as a bonus gift recently.
Nice.
It was the greatest piece of mail I ever got. There she is when she went to Hot Nurse University, home of the Fighting Hot Nurses.
Nice.
Yeah. There she is when she had a large title belt. NWA has an all-women's promotion. They don't have Casey Carlisle on the card tonight. They have that all-women Empower show. Why wouldn't they have her on that? I don't know.
They've got women such as you look at Sue Young, you look at Mickie James, you look at all these up-and-coming people like Roxy even in there.
Yeah. They also got Thunder Kitty, and she's 104 years old.
That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. No, that's Amazing Maria. You're thinking of Amazing Maria. She's amazing. Thunder Kitty has fought Amazing Maria, though. Yeah. There's QT's favorite, the pillow picture.
Nice.
Now, if you're smaller, like let's say you're like little nasty boy size, you can get those. See, there she is when she graduated Hot Nurse University.
Nice.
I once needed a hot nurse ringside when I broke my face. She was in the locker room. No one yelled out, "Hot nurse needed ringside staff." I almost died right in front of hundreds of people, including Tracy Smothers, who was traumatized for the rest of his life.
R.I.P. Tracy Smothers.
Absolutely. When he says everybody dies, he nearly meant it that night. There's wall belts. Have you ever thought of putting a wall of belts up in your house?
Yes, I have. Actually, up in my lair, I do have some titles that have been like hung up around the boards there.
Oh, it's not bad. Not bad. There she is. There she is holding up all her belts. She has trouble going through the airport like that.
I know somebody that has that kind of distinction as well. Her name is Lady Lee. She has won a whole bunch of belts around like Baja, California, Mexico City, and she's done poses like that before and has issues getting in through the airports as well.
I don't doubt that. You ever seen a larger title belt than that DCW one? That's a massive belt.
Look at the size of that thing.
I don't know if you're quite old enough for that one, so we'll just lay that one down for now.
Nice.
There she is, a little bit angry. Speaking of amazing Maria, there she is with other members of Team Bad Knees.
Amazing.
How are your knees?
My knees are good.
Then you can't join.
Oof.
Maybe later. Autographed picture of Seymour Snot, proud member of the Gouge roster. Technically, we were in the same match a couple of months ago.
Nice.
We were both in the Big Slam Redneck Rumble.
Hmm.
Yeah, neither one of us won it.
Big fan of rumbles.
Yeah, well, maybe if they do it again next year, you can go out and you can be in it.
Nice.
You got to contact your local Gouge promoter in Raleigh, North Carolina. Here's a picture of old Ken Hamlin throwing a rock through the McDonald's. Ken Hamlin, he does a fine job on commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they live stream the shows, he's there to tell the people what's going on so they aren't lost when they're watching the live stream. That's an important thing.
Yeah, he's very talented.
He's multifaceted. Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube, which they may be watching right now. Right now they're probably watching on the YouTube, and they're like, how do we find that live stream with Ken Hamlin on it? That sounds fascinating. You'd go to the Northwest Pro Facebook page and you'd find it there. The Twitter, where people can follow me, but not literally. You follow me on the Twitter, but you're not hiding in this museum ready to jump out at me if I'm looking around.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You know who else follows me on the Twitter? The amazing Maria. She sure enough does. And that's what it looks like in the law office of Stephen P. New. Get even with Stephen, if you will. Like if Ring of Honor messed you around, you could get Stephen P. New and sue him or something. Have they done that?
They haven't done that yet.
Oh, good. There's Chicken Bob. Chicken Bob is new on the gram. He's got the Instagram. If you go to chicken_Bob_wrestling, you'll find Chicken Bob. He's got over half a dozen pictures now. He'll have dozens more by the end of next week. Chicken Bob's hugely excited to be on the gram. Are you on the gram?
Yes, I am.
Are you going to follow Chicken Bob?
Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah, it'd hurt him in his left liver if someone were to not follow him like that. Now, Chicken Bob, he loves coffee. Hey, you like that? You like that very much, yeah. Well, you know, Cousin Cooter might get an Instagram now to follow Chicken Bob. Chicken Bob used to live with Cousin Cooter. Yeah. Now, I believe I'm 0-1 against Cousin Cooter in matches, although we later went on to tag team and were undefeated as a tag team.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he beat me with the old Rikishi gimmick.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are never good.
It wasn't the best night at the office.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. But I'm a busy man this week. We're at this undisclosed venue. Hopefully we're not missing a meeting, but if we are, I don't pay attention to meetings anyway.
Right.
I don't think I ever have. Sunday, you know who we have on Turnbuckle Turmoil? We have Donald DeLon. He was a photographer in the Florida territory, like the days of Kevin Sullivan, Dusty Rhodes, Abdullah the Butcher, those type of guys. And he's going to be on to wrap up Photography Month. I'm sure you've been listening every week to Photography Month.
I have.
Yeah. Joel, Ken Hamlin, and Tanya were on it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, George Napolitano. Mouse was on there. I'm sure you were riveted.
Yeah, I was very riveted.
Yeah. And then Monday, pretty much looking free. Tuesday, maybe I'll watch some Cincinnati Reds or something. Look at this. I'm all decked out in the Cincinnati Reds stuff. Look at that. I even got the socks. I'm not going to show you my undershorts. I'm not, although they are Cincinnati Reds. But Wednesday, free. Thursday, maybe I'll go get a iced tea somewhere. Yeah, that sounds nice.
Nice.
And Friday on the show, speaking of CAC, we have Brian Westcott. He is a CAC award recipient in the past. He's the unofficial Wrestle Club Idaho historian. If you need results from any show in the history of the world, he's your go-to guy. He'll have it in 2 minutes, maybe.
Ooh, wow.
I'm like, what was that show in Indianapolis back in '87? And he's like, here's your results.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing results, guy. Unofficial historian of Wrestle Club.
It's always great to have historians in this business.
It really is, yeah. Well, you got something going on this week? You got a busy week too?
I have been working on a little project of mine over on my YouTube. There is a little story-driven narrative that I have come up with called Keith Ryan's Multiverse of Chaos. It involves characters from what is called the Caw community. The Caw community is basically like a WWE 2K games kind of community where we create our characters and upload them into the game for other people to use or for us to use. So this story is going to involve a whole lot of crazy things due to it being chaotic, and also involves people like Gabriel and Rave Baby. There's also Keith Ryan, of course. Keith Ryan. Yeah. And it's going to be coming soon to the Keith Mav YouTube channel. So it's youtube.com/KeithMav. I'm also on Twitter at Keith Ryan Gaming 1. It's Keith Ryan Gaming, except with 1 in place of a G, because Twitter is funny haha like that. And I'm also on Instagram as well, under Keith Ryan Gaming. But yeah, stay tuned for that Multiverse of Chaos, because it could be pretty nice.
When you first said the Caw community, I thought you meant like a whole bunch of crows were coming at him. He's gotten into the crow community, and a bunch of birds are going to be descending, and then Chicken Bob was like, I might know some of those guys, but then it was a whole different direction.
Oh yeah, Caw stands for Create a Wrestler, and that's always been a feature in the WWE 2K games.
Well, we get that now, but at first Chicken Bob thought he's going to need more coffee for all these birds.
Oh yeah.
But we get it now. Well, we might have to go in and check, see if there's a meeting there now. Chicken Bob, he sometimes pays attention to these things. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, did you know this? They said it in the meeting. I'm like, I don't pay attention in the meeting. But, yeah. Now, make sure you follow Chicken Bob on the gram. He went to a lot of hard work to go get a phone, get an email, and hook himself up to the Instagram. Lumberjack even follows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't follow many people, but he follows Chicken Bob. Not literally, he doesn't like stalk Chicken Bob that I know of. He probably stalks JB because they've got that whole Lumbershine thing happening.
Mm-hmm. But it's gonna be funny to see how that turns out.
Funny, strange, I'd say. Yeah. Well, I guess if that's it, episode 295.